Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us in another one here on the Coach's Desk. We appreciate you being here, and we'll be talking about Oblique Seville, Oblique Seville's first Diamond League. Yes, my people, before we get into the details, my people, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So this is monumental. This is a great opportunity for us to see Oblique Seville for the first time at the Diamond League. You know, several persons have been saying, why has Oblique Seville shied away from the Diamond League? And we have heard several theories. We have heard that he doesn't do well whenever he travels. He takes a lot of time to recover. So those could have been the reasons. Also, there has been theory that he is injury prone, and Glenn Mills was taking the best care of him by keeping him out of the fire. So that in itself, these reasons could be very valid. But you know, the fans, they want to see the athletes perform. They always want to see, you know, the athletes go up against a tough competition. And in fact, Oblique Seville's first Diamond League is going to be in against a stacked field. Yes, there are some rematches with him and Noah Lyles, and you know, all the works. Some tough cookies that he'll be going up against with. I certainly believe that Oblique Seville has the propensity to do well at these meets. Oblique Seville is very fast. He has been having some challenges nonetheless, but I certainly believe that Oblique Seville is very nippy, if you ask me. When you look at what he did at the national trials, where he actually was, when you look at it, having cramps, muscle cramps in his hamstring, and he was still able to go out there, compete, and complete the race in a time of 9.8. How on earth does he does it? Can you believe that? How on earth does he does it, people? How can a man who is having muscle cramps, especially in his hamstring area, be able to run 9.8? That is telling me that Oblique Seville is a phenomenal talent. He has been having some struggles whenever he reaches a major championship. He has been, you know, having issues with what you'd call it, recovery. He's having issues with injuries. And I like the approach that they took this season, especially with the with the likes of the Grand Slam, because what the Grand Slam did for Oblique is allowing him to do 2 events in a day, or 2 events per se, in that 2 day, or you know, the first one was 4 days. The second one was what, 4 days as well. But the fact that the point that I'm trying to make is that he has been doing events more than one over given days. So that in itself was a very good approach. I'm not certain how well it has worked for him. But with the eyes, just the eye test, yo, Oblique Seville is very fast. And the fact that he was closing in on Kishane Thompson so rapidly, it tells me that this youngster is very dangerous. If Oblique Seville were to get his act together, were to get his injuries managed in a better way, because you know it always show up when it's championship time, he can cause an upstir in terms of the favorite tag, in terms of the gold medal at this year's Tokyo Championship. And I'm not asking, I am not asking, I'm putting it out there that I believe that Oblique Seville is able to upset the apple cart. Yes, he's able to kick over that pot of soup, if you may. You understand? See the race there on screen. He was closing in on Kishane even with that muscle cramp. So that in itself is something. Even though Kishane spoke that, you know, he didn't have that execution that he wanted, especially in the latter part of the race. You know what I mean? So it is something that he has to work on. And if Kishane get it right, we're gonna hope for a very good treat as well, you know. So that in itself. So let me tell you who Oblique Seville will be going up against. Very stacked field over there in London. And before I get into that also, I can also share to you that he'll be doing the 4x100 meters before he does the 100 meters, right? So certainly one is gonna be at, I think it's gonna be like 2 hours apart. Let me make a certain about that. The 4x1 for men, 1:23, and the 100 meters is gonna be 3:27. So that's like 2 hours apart. So he's gonna get adequate time to recover. Yeah. Normally at a championship, that's at the similar time he gets to, recover. So let's see how that matriculate. I think this is a very good litmus test for him as well, to see where it's at, because Glenn Mills said that they're still trying to figure out what is really happening with Oblique Seville, where that injury is concerned. So he'll be going up against one of Britain's most finest, Azu Jeremiah. Yes, he'll be in that one. Akeem Blake, fresh off his third place finish at the national trials in 9.88. That's a nippy Akeem Blake, especially with that start that Akeem has. It's gonna be breathtaking to see. Louis Inchcliffe from Great Britain will also be in that one. Zarnel Hughes, one of the other finest where the British team is concerned. He'll be going up against the field in this one. Zarnel Hughes, to me, is a phenomenal sprinter, but he's one of those athletes that you see, he pretty much hot and cold, if you ask me. Yeah. So Hughes will give a good race now, then he'll give a bad race. And for whatever reason, whatever is happening, that is probably the cause of this inconsistency where Zarnel Hughes is concerned. Noah Lyles, fresh from his 9.88 win over the man, let's see, Tiboho. He's going to be in this one. And I'm telling you, Noah Lyles is pumped up. Noah Lyles is ready. Noah Lyles is right now very confident, especially on that 200 meters victory. He's very confident. And I think this is going to be a very good one. And guess what? He's right beside Oblique Seville. And of course, Oblique Seville has had the better of Noah Lyles probably on 2 occasions. When it comes to the big dance, Noah Lyles get the win. So Noah Lyles pretty much is leading where it comes on to championship. Yeah, but Oblique Seville is right beside him, and I think that's going to be a good gauge for Noah, and it is also going to be a good gauge for Oblique Seville. Let's see how Oblique Seville is able to hold that acceleration that he garnered from the start, because he's a very quick starter, very explosive, and he transitioned very well. It's now for him to maintain that speed. And what I'm seeing from Oblique Seville in terms of his speed endurance, that is very much there. So he's able to decelerate very slow. So I'm certainly going to see a very good finish from Oblique, especially with Noah Lyles probably running on late in that one. Akani Simbini has been a phenomenal leader in this 100 meters. He has been, winning this season. And when you look at why he was winning, it comes off the heels of his indoor bronze medalist, and he was just going to meets, running. So he wasn't doing any amount of rigorous training a part of his routine. So let's see, he has been out and he has been putting in the work in terms of his program. So let's see what transition will that make for him coming back into this Diamond League. Let's see Letiboho. I think Let's see Letiboho is just having fun. Let's see Letiboho is a very hard individual to actually understand in terms of what he wants to do in this 100 or 200 meters. He's just so talented. I think he's having fun. Let's see what he will put together for the people at this time of the season. He ran a very fast 200 meters. Noah Lyles, and he wasn't able to defeat Noah Lyles. He seemed to have struggled there in the latter part of his race. Let's see what he will offer in this 100 meters. If anybody could steal this, it could be Let's see Letiboho. Very, very, very important for you to understand where that is concerned. Yeah. So big up to Seville and this cast of a stacked 100 meters field. Let's see who will prevail in this one. On the 200-meter side, we have Julian Alfred. She'll be, going up against Dina Asher Smith at the Lekki. Brittany Brown, Amy Hunt, Ashanti Moore, Daryl Nita. It's good to see Ashanti Moore on the circuit in London there, trying to get that qualification standard where the 200 meters is concerned. She has a season best of 22.66, so it's definitely one to watch where that is concerned. Can she go 22.5, 22.4? Then she will get that automatic. And we thought this happening, several Jamaicans getting that qualification standard. Let's see if Ashanti is able to get that one, and that would be very, very interesting and good for Ashanti Moore. Other Jamaicans that will be competing, Lamar Distin, she'll be competing in the high jump. I'm eager to see that one as well. And the top 4 Jamaicans in the 400-meter hurdles, they will be going up against Femke Ball. Yes, they will tackle Femke Ball, Gianna Woodruff, and Jasmine Jones in the 400-meter hurdles, and Lena Nielsen. And when we talk about the top 4 Jamaicans, we're talking about Rochelle Clayton, we're talking about Anjanette Knight, we're talking about Cheyenne Summon, and we're talking about Genevieve Russell. So let's see what these ladies will come up with for us. In the discus, Roger Stoner will be going up against his competitors there. And we saw something going around that he he was finally listed on the Turkey, but on the Diamond League platform, he's still listed as a Jamaican. So I guess that was, one of the trolls of the internet. Tajay Gayle is going to be back as well. Good to see him in this long jump for the Diamond League. He'll be going up against Kerry McLeod and the man outside there, soon to be Turkey athlete Wayne Pinnock. Tentaglu is also going to be there, Fulani. So this is going to be a very good field to see these men competing in the Diamond League. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. So we hope as well to see the Jamaican 4x1 doing what we want them to do. We'll be going up against Great Britain A and B team, Netherlands, Poland, as well as Scotland. So let's see if we can make it in that one. You know what I mean? Very, very interesting. Jamaica will also compete in the women's 4x1 as well. So let's see what we can do. I think this for the women's 4x1, it's pretty much practice. It's pretty much, to get the athletes up and about doing their thing as best as possible to get a chemistry, to build something so that we can have plans just in case something happen. What are your thoughts on this one, people? Until next time, stay safe. Peace out.